We'll do 3 collies, 2 flatbread, 1 baba, 1 ricotta, table 26.
Well, here we are on Cuba Street in Wellington, and as they say, you can't beat Wellington on a good day. I'm not sure, I think they say that because maybe there's not many of them. Standing outside Floriditas, which is, I think it's an iconic venue in Wellington. It's been here for 21 years. What makes it special, I feel like, are the people, the Wellingtonians that have really made it their home. Julie, my business partner who created it with her husband James, wanted it to be a place that all Wellingtonians could visit, once or twice a week, twice a day, glass of wine and a bowl of pasta. I think Cuba Street is a really special street in Wellington, if not all of New Zealand. It's got such an eclectic vibe. I think one of the things we love about Flo's is, I guess its position on Cuba Street and its sort of grand nature, and that's where we take a lot of our inspiration from. Inspired from the grand cafes of Europe and the UK and what they look like, and then we just wanted to give that grand cafe to Wellington. So, Floriditas is quintessentially Wellington's grand cafe. Wellington being this capital city, the central of New Zealand, we get to sort of showcase the best of everything that New Zealand has to offer. And the fact that, we're a breakfast, lunch and dinner, it's very much that cafe daytime vibe in the daytime, and then at night time it becomes a little bit more formal. Gives us lots of different touch points through the menu for us to be able to showcase the best of New Zealand seafood. That Wellington is at the bottom of the North Island, we're surrounded by coast. And I think another special thing about Wellington is the fact that it must be a 1K to 2K radius is the whole of the central city. So it really feels like a really tight community. I think the access that Wellington offers and the access to showcasing the best of New Zealand is really special. The type of people that we get at Floriditas is really, it's a mix, and it really represents New Zealand and Wellington. It's multicultural. We've got 2 massive universities in Wellington, and also the government, the Beehive. So a lot of public service are here. And we also have Weta, where Wellington is the movie capital of probably the Southern Hemisphere. You could look over and the Prime Minister of New Zealand sitting here, the Reserve Bank Governor, and then you could look over and John Lithgow, who's been here, or Peter Jackson, or James Cameron could be in here having something.
New order, squid, bavette, half chicken, 4-5 minutes. Wait. Finishing 26, please.
Have a pretty small kitchen here, but we do nearly 2,000 covers a week, and it's a well-oiled machine, and we couldn't do it without our incredible team. Augie, our head chef down here. Augie, how long have you been with us? 3 years. 3 years? Yeah, 3 years on and off. So, team, I know it goes without saying, is our biggest asset, but it definitely rings true. These are the base of one of our signature dishes, our smoked fish hash. So we take a potato, boil it in the skin, we break this up, we add our smoked mackerel. So we use blue mackerel, which comes out of Nelson. We have the stuff called kai tai fire. Where's our hot sauce? Oh, yeah. And that has our kai tai fire, which is sort of like, it's a hot sauce synonymous with New Zealand. Yeah, so it's got the potato, smoked mackerel, kai tai fire, lemon zest, dill, parsley, and then that's in the pan, and we saute that, olive oil, finish it with a poached egg and lemon mayonnaise. Now that's been on the menu for 21 years. It's one of those dishes that you just can't take off. It's the perfect hangover breakfast, but it also is a really good way to represent like a sort of uniquely New Zealand product and like that smoked mackerel. Yeah, so the bakery actually is older than Floriditas and Loretta, so you can't have a grand cafe without having baked goods or some sweet treats. So yeah, so now we use it as a prep space when we have events. We host, chefs in here, but we have a lot of storage. It's not very glamorous. Hey, Sophie. We used to have like big deck ovens and do all of our own bread, but unfortunately, with the way things are going and costs and stuff like that, we've had to bring it down and to just sort of really focus on what is really important for us. She's making a brulee mix. We've just changed. We had apricots from Jackson's Orchard, which is in Central Otago. Hawke's Bay and Central Otago are the sort of the food bowls of New Zealand, and they grow the most delicious stone fruit. See, Hawke's Bay is where Waddies produces their incredible peaches. The brulee is actually Feijoa brulee, but Feijoa is a sort of I would say sort of synonymous with New Zealand produce. Nearly every house or every second house or auntie's or grandparents' house has Feijoa trees, and this time of year they're pretty ripe. So this is another one of our signature dishes, which is pavlova, originated and invented in New Zealand, not Australia. We switch between, this is a coconut pavlova, but most of the year we have a brown sugar pavlova. The brown sugar pavlova at the moment, it's a little bit too humid, and that's when we pivot to the coconut. So here we've got some peaches, again from Central Otago. We've poached it in a jasmine tea. That syrup goes on there. We've got a little bit of chantilly with yogurt through it, and then fresh passion fruit. Island Bay, only 10 minutes from the restaurants, 10 minutes from Cuba Street. Got the airport just over there, planes coming through. The Cook Strait's just here, that's the strait between the North and the South Island, and you can even see the South Island in the distance. Floriditas especially have been an icon. We get lots of tourists that come through, and we find it, we want to champion what makes Wellington so special. So using fish like the blue mokies and the waterhow and the butterfish that are caught locally and sustainably within these waters. So I think when tourists are coming to Wellington and giving them a taste of what makes Wellington special is really important to us. At Floriditas, everything starts close to home. The waters, the produce, the community around us, because when you know where something comes from, you feel more connected to it when it arrives at the table.